Good morning. Welcome back. This is Margaret Peggy Dillon, and I'm going to do a very short centering because I've been doing grounding meditations the last two videos that I've posted on Facebook and YouTube, both of which are available to the public. So I thought today we'd sit for a few minutes and do something called earthing, which is just to sit, feel the support of Mother Earth, which will help to bring us into the present moment. And we'll do a little intention setting, and then we'll move into specific postures, yoga postures, that are very helpful with grounding, to bring us to a place where we feel grounded within ourselves and interconnected to all people who are working so hard to deal with this pandemic, and for people who are suffering as well, so that we tolerate being connected with both the positive that we're hoping for and the very, very challenging reality that we are now dealing with. I'm making an attempt to speak a little bit louder, so I hope that that works for people who have had trouble hearing me. And let's just sit together for a few minutes. I'll be bringing in some music in a little bit. Thank you very much for being here today. It's very nice to be able to know that as I sit to practice after fluttering around for a couple hours, that hopefully you'll find a way to come to your mat as well today. So this earthing, grounding thing, sometimes I was a clinical social worker, and sometimes we would work with people who were having a very difficult time feeling that they were in their bodies. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's happening to all of us a lot, that we're not really in our bodies, we're more in our heads and we're more in our feelings perhaps, but not connected to our breath and our bodies. And coming home to ourselves through our breath and our body and through support from Mother Earth and each other will help us tremendously to get through this crisis. So take a moment to imagine that you're sitting in a very beautiful spot of your own choosing, perhaps under a tree, perhaps on the sand that molds to your body, and you're on a beautiful beach, in your yard, in a garden, any place that brings you to a place of what we call parasympathetic or relaxation response, where all your body systems begin to slow down and you can begin to feel and notice yourself in this moment. Perhaps notice as you're sitting in this beautiful spot of your own choosing that you feel the earth underneath you. You feel the earth through your sits bones, your buttocks, your hips, pelvis. And as you do that, you draw up sustenance and strength and energy and nurturing from Mother Earth. So take a few breaths. Maybe you want to soften your gaze or close your eyes and connect with yourself. Just notice your breath and then begin to bring in perhaps the three-part or the belly breath. Belly breath will allow you to really notice that fullness that we experience when we fill our lungs, because we have the reverberation from the lungs filling of the movement in the belly. So inhale, filling up with fresh oxygen, prana, life force energy. Exhale, soften and release the old breath, the old tension, the tightness, the fear, the anxiety, as best you can, softening into releasing without forcing anything. A couple more breaths, lengthening the spine. If you feel like your spine is curved a little bit, bring those shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Maybe place your hands alongside your body. Press into the earth, press into the sits bones, lengthen through the spine. Feel the neck long and feel that root chakra connected to Mother Earth, giving us the tools we need to survive this pandemic, and also nurturing our internal organs, our reproductive organs, our ability to really connect with and feel our bodies through that root chakra, doing what we need to do, taking action, but also coming to places of calm and quiet. A couple more breaths, finding your most comfortable seat, moving around a little bit if you need to, rocking, any kind of shaking that you can do at any time if you feel that you're not breathing, that shaking response and that earthing, just sitting on the earth and bringing yourself to a place of present moment awareness. It's a very helpful relief from all of the activity and nervous anxiety and fear that we feel during this time. So today we'll focus on moving more with a sense of connecting with how we can strengthen our bodies, how we can nourish our lungs, our internal organs, how we can feel connected to our bodies through yoga asana, through movement and breath. Bring your hands to your heart space or cross your hands in across your heart. Doesn't matter which way you do it, your choice. Take a moment to just breathe in to your heart center. Anahata. Color is green if you identify with colors, and just imagine that color or color of your choosing emanating from your heart center, bringing you to a place of awareness and interconnectedness with others, knowing we are all, as they say, working this through together with support, even though we're not in direct connection. We're sending energy, energetic support, we're sending emotional support, we're sending psychological support in whatever way we can. Take a deep breath in, set your intention, and then let's together inhale, stretch our fingers wide, stretch our arms out to the side, and let's lift way up, stretching the neck if that's comfortable for you, reaching through each side of the body a few times, stretching the right side, stretching the left, reaching up and creating length as we reach toward that solar energy, that universal life force, going as slowly as you would like, and also pressing those sits bones into Mother Earth so we're connected to the ground and we're connected to the possibilities that come from connecting with the universe. Let's inhale here. Exhale, draw that life force energy into our heart center. Inhale, take it in. Let the color green spread throughout your whole being, that anahata, heart center filled with loving kindness. And let's inhale, and on the next exhale, send that loving kindness, that heart energy out to the whole world, spreading our arms wide, opening our shoulders, reaching behind us. And very slowly, let's bring those hands back around, back to our own heart center. We'll open our practice today with the Song of Om. So take a deep breath with me if you choose to practice, or listen and take in the reverberation. Let's inhale. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for joining our practice today. And let's begin by slowly moving out of our centering and onto our backs on our mat. Take a moment to do that in a way that feels calm, meditative. Maybe taking a moment to lean back a little bit since we've been sitting for a while. Stretch your legs out in front of you if you're sitting on a cushion or a blanket. Removing that, taking a moment to just stretch, lift the buttocks, the flesh of the buttocks so you can feel your sits bones again. And just lean forward a little bit, releasing head, neck, and shoulders. Coming back to your breath, Ujjayi breath in through the nose, out through the nose, or belly breath to sustain you through your moving practice and keep you connected through the sound that comes from Ujjayi, the constriction at the back of the throat, or through the belly breath. Inhale, roll those shoulders back and down. And shake out a little bit if that feels good to you. Shaking off any tightness or tension, fear. We're all going to have it. It's going to come in waves. It's going to come and go. And we're going to just do our best to keep expressing that energy out, to release it from ourselves, let it be recycled by Mother Earth, and bringing that calm energy from the universe back into ourselves. I'm going to turn the music on, so slowly bend your knees, come onto one side or the other, bring yourself onto your mat, and prepare to lower yourself down. So you can sit by folding your knees up, having a little pause here while I set up the music. All right, I'm back. So taking a moment, coming to seated posture, bend the knees, root the feet into the earth. Really feel those toes reach up and then spread and stretch into the mat. Stretch wide, stretch long. Feel your sits bones again. So we'll keep practicing this earthing and grounding through our bodies as we go through our practice. Inhale, lift the chin, stretch up the front of the chest to the sternum, drop the shoulders. Exhale, let's slowly fold forward. Just changing it up a little bit before we go to our back. Inhale, press into the sits bones, send the belly forward. Use the hands to create a little traction, pulling the elbows back on the sides of the body, dropping the shoulders down, lifting the chin. Nice long spine. Inhale and exhale here. And on your next exhale, slowly fold forward, coming into cat. Really fold in, press the navel toward the spine. Drop the shoulders at your side, arms at your side. Engage your navel, Uddiyana Bandha, pressing the navel toward the spine. Engaging that ability to really support the back and use our core to help us roll down onto the floor. So slide the hands. You can use as much or as little support as you would like here. I'm going to use a lot of support today, so if you don't want to use support, you can take the arms and hands forward and slowly in your own time release to the earth. Other options, slide the hands alongside your body, reaching behind you, pointing the fingers forward, and just take a little walk with the hands, reaching back, one hand and then the other, slowly until you come onto your forearms, taking a moment to pause here. Breathe and feel, come into sensation. Notice if your body wants to move a little bit organically. Feel that navel lock, working that core energy, supporting the back as we slowly continue our way down. You can walk the forearm forward a little bit, palms of the hands on the earth, chin a little bit, and then slowly as you get down onto your mat, release head, neck, and shoulders. Maybe just move around a little bit, find your comfort spot here on your mat, breathing and feeling that earthing, that grounding. Take a couple breaths here, connect with belly, heart center. Feel the rootedness of your feet, maybe pressing your hands into the earth to increase that sense of earthing or groundedness. Taking a moment to gather your energy. Bring yourself into this present moment experience of doing some yoga postures to enhance our ability to practice grounding. So as you're ready, take a moment. Inhale, bring the right knee toward the chest. Take your hands and place them below the knee or around the back of the thigh. And draw that knee in toward your chest, maybe opening a little bit side to side, drawing the knee up toward the armpit, taking a little side of the body, and then just slowly opening that hip a little bit by bringing that bent right leg side to side. Feel the resonance of that in your lower back, a little massage for the sacrum and the low back. Feel the breath. Notice that you're massaging the internal organs, the colon and the digestive system. We've read that 80% to 90% of our immune system cells are in the gut. So as we massage and attend to the gut, we also strengthen our immunity. As you feel ready, come back to center. Take an integrating breath here, inhale and exhale. On the exhale, press the navel toward the spine, low back, middle back, upper back into the earth. On your next inhale, stretch that leg up, flex the foot. If you would like to, you can reach more lower into the leg or up on the leg if you're lying down, reaching toward the calf or the ankle, or just keep your hands on the back of the thigh. And just gentle pulses, warming up the hamstrings a little bit. Gentle pulses bringing the leg toward your belly. Again, you can feel that little massage in the lower right quadrant of your abdomen. Feel the stretch into the upper leg, the hamstring, and the lower back. And let's rotate the ankle a little bit, pressing through the ball of the foot as you rotate. So we press, we point, we flex. Flex in place. As you begin to rotate, start to point and come back to flexion. So we're warming up the whole foot here, toes, foot, ankle, and reverse the direction as you feel ready, circling. Check in with your breath. Good. And then stretch that leg wide, resolving that circling of the ankle as you feel ready. Again, pulse it toward you a few times, very gentle pulse. And then just bend the knee, let the foot drop toward the floor, and just stretch it up and down a few times. So it's kind of a little stimulation for blood flow into the leg, a little movement for the knee joint if it feels comfortable and safe for your knee, getting the synovial fluid moving a little bit up and down. You can increase the rate if you like it, or just keep it nice and slow. Feel the subtlety of the movement as you do it slowly. Good. And then as you feel ready, bring your knee, take your hands again, bring your knee toward your chest. Once again, and then slowly place that foot on the floor, slide it out long, slide out the other leg long. Take a moment to take a couple of breaths here, coming back to earthing, grounding, feeling ourselves supported, connected, interconnected. And notice the difference between your right side and your left side as you attune to your breath. Maybe noticing your emotional state. Are you feeling calmer than a few minutes ago? Are you present? Are you here? Is your mind wandering? No judgment, just observing and then gently coming back to the present moment. Take a moment, slide the right leg along the floor, bending the knee, slide the left leg along the floor, bending the knee, placing the feet, rooting both feet, and then on an inhale, draw that left leg and bent knee in toward the chest. Again, playing with this a little bit, knee toward the chest, and a little circling or little motion side to side with the bent knee. The foot is relaxed here, really concentrating on bringing the knee toward the chest and then out toward the armpit. You can do a little massage while you're here, the hamstring, the inner thigh, the quad. And just noticing that you're waking up and opening up the hips, getting some blood flowing into the muscles, supporting yourself, letting the lower back be supported by Mother Earth. Notice the shoulders if they're creeping up, and gently invite them down. Maybe roll your head a little bit side to side if you feel tension gathering in your upper body. We're using our heads a lot, thinking a lot, running around a lot. That's all kind of mental activity, so anytime you can bring a kind of calmness to your mind is a good thing. And then as you feel ready, finish with this circling. Inhale, bring the knee toward the chest. Exhale, stretch it up, and then begin that little pulsing. Flex the foot, spread the toes, and just pulse the leg gently, kind of like just rocking a cradle, back and forth toward your upper body. Feel a little massage. You can make little circles here as well if you would like, or just do the pulsing. And then we're going to move into the stretching and flexing while we rotate the ankle. So making a circle with your ankle, and each time you make that circle, pushing through the ball of the foot, making your toes point, and then flexing when you come back to neutral. And as you feel ready, reverse the direction. Taking deep breaths, feeling your head, the back of your head resting on the earth, feeling your back, feeling your other leg and foot, feeling your arms, how they're helping you with this stretch. And then very slowly resolve that circling of the ankle, slowly pulse a few more times. And then as you feel ready, inhale, and on the exhale, just bend that knee, dropping the foot toward the earth, and then stretch it up again. You can flex at the top, and you can release all the tension in the foot as you let the knee bend and the lower leg just drops toward the earth. You can do a couple little pulses. You can do one at a time. Do what feels good for you. You can do it a little faster. Just giving some love to that knee joint, waking up the muscles a little bit more, getting some blood flow. Good. And as you feel ready, resolving that, slowly placing the left foot on the floor, sliding the left leg out, sliding the right leg out, and taking another moment here just to breathe. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to do is just to pause and breathe. So let's pause and breathe together. Feel the earth supporting you. Feel safety in this moment, creating safety for yourself, making any adjustments through the practice to increase your feeling of security and safety, supporting that root chakra. And then as you feel ready, slowly walking the right foot along the yoga mat, bending the knee, sliding the left foot, bending the knee, and just rocking, little windshield wipering here, rocking side to side, and just a little meditative movement of spinal twist. As your legs go to one side, look out the other shoulder if that's good for your neck. And exhale as you drop the legs and turn the head in the opposite direction. Inhale through the center. Exhale, drop the knees. You can increase this a little bit by rolling a little further onto that supporting hip, even up into the torso. Notice what feels good for you to release that lower back. Nice massage here for the sacrum and lower back. Good. And next time you come to the left side, just pause there for a moment. Let your head be turning to the left as well at this point. Take your right arm and slowly reach over your head with it, or as far as you comfortably can. Make a half circle, bring that arm around and underneath your left shoulder, and slowly begin to press yourself up using both hands and arms to lift you up. Taking a moment to make any organic movement that feels comfortable to you. And slowly coming onto all fours for a few cats and cows before we stand up into mountain. And again, this is a great place to use a blanket if you have any knee issues. You can fold a blanket to whatever degree of thickness is good for cushioning your knees. Come onto all fours, hands are spread wide, fingers wide. Weight is into the palm of the hand and the joints of the fingers and the pads of the fingers. Wrist is underneath the shoulder. Hips are aligned with the knees. Feet are aligned with the knees. So just check your posture, see if you can find yourself in a very stable, supported table. And then we're going to do a few cats and cows. So your neck is long right now, you're looking directly at your mat. And as we do our first cow, we're going to lift the tailbone, drop the belly, send the chest, chin forward and up. Shoulders are down, pressing into the earth with the arms, keeping the shoulders down, cow. And then we're going to exhale, contract the navel, use that lock, Uddiyana Bandha. Tilt into your cat tilt. Chin toward the chest, navel really pressing toward the spine. And then flow back and forth. Using your own breath. Inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. And do a few more of these on your own breath. Slowly warming up the spine, adding in any organic movement if you're ready to do that. After you've done a few cats and cows, begin to do a little circling. Coming forward with your upper body and then reaching hips back toward heels. They're called barrel rolls. So kind of letting your head, neck, and shoulders begin to move and go along with that. It's a way of warming up the neck and head as well. And if you'd like to do an infinity symbol or figure 8, just begin to do that with your body, letting your torso lead and your limbs go along for the ride of the head and neck release. Breathing into sensation. And then taking a moment to come back to neutral as you feel complete with that. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly, maybe spread the knees wide, bring the toes together, slowly make your way back into child. Or if you prefer puppy, coming onto your forearms, keeping the knees underneath you, and dropping down toward Mother Earth. Find what works for you to come into a few breaths here, maybe making a pillow for your head and child, letting the hips really reach back and release toward the heels. Breathe into belly, breathe into the back body. Rock your head a little bit across your hands just to feel that sense of connecting with the wisdom of the third eye. And then as you feel ready, slowly making your way out of child, feeling the earth supporting you, placing the hands underneath the shoulders and slowly lifting yourself up, taking your time to do that. And as you do, tuck the toes under, rock forward and back a little bit, inhaling and exhaling, preparing ourselves for Adho Mukha Savasana, for downward facing dog. Back and forth. And if downward facing dog is not for you, feel free to come into child as we explore this. Rock a little bit side to side. Engage your navel lock. Tuck the toes under, really stretch those toes under as much as you can. And on the next inhale, lift the knees, lift the lower legs, just pause for a minute. And very slowly as you begin to bring the head and torso forward, keep the knees bent and lift the hips. We're coming up in stages, so we're going to lift the hips with the knees bent. Make any adjustments you need to make, and then slowly, as you begin to feel your torso resting on your upper legs, you can slowly begin to lengthen through those legs and walk the dog. So taking the dog for a walk here. Feeling the connection, the grounding to the earth through our hands, through our feet, imagining roots down into the earth. Lifting the hips, engaging the navel lock, pressing gently torso toward the legs. And just feel like you walked your dog enough, then slowly, slowly begin to walk hands toward feet and feet toward hands. Bend the knees. And then slowly coming into forward fold by dropping the upper body, folding the upper body over the lower body. You could add ragdoll in here, placing one hand under each elbow, releasing the crown chakra. Take a moment to give your neck and back of your head a little tactile cue, a little massage, a little invitation to release. We have a tendency to want to keep our necks lifted and our heads lifted. So see if you can release head, neck, shoulders, shake it out. Take hold again, and then just do a little ragdoll, just a little swaying side to side. Coming back to feeling the support of the earth, earthing, grounding.
Nice stretch for the hamstrings, so you can deepen into this or you can keep the knees bent. And then very slowly on the next exhale, release the hands. Place one hand on one foot, one hand on the other foot. Shake out the head a little bit. Say yes, say no. Maybe circle a little bit. And then very slowly walk one hand up, then the other, slowly uncurling the spine one vertebra at a time. Let it happen very slowly so that you stay curved over and you come up sequentially through the whole spine, lower, middle, upper, then the neck, shoulders, head. Just stand here in mountain for a few breaths. Finding your mountain. Feeling maybe on top of the mountain, or feeling the mountain energy within you. Knowing the mountain is supported by the earth and grounded and held. I'm going to continue this video after a brief pause, so you can watch for it to be posted on Facebook and YouTube up to this point, and then I'll be adding in additional grounding postures for the second part. Trying to keep it relatively short, knowing that people might not have a lot of time to attend to their yoga practice, given all that's going on. So for now, bring your hands to our heart space. Let's inhale together. Thank you so much for doing this segment of the practice with me, and stay tuned for the next segment, which will be grounding poses for yoga, part 2. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. May we all stay safe and healthy. May those who are sick and suffering be given healing. May all of us begin to know the importance of creating and maintaining our interconnectedness through yoga and through the many, many other ways that are out there for us to support each other and stay connected and go on living our lives with intention, with strength, with compassion. Namaste.